Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is By Hook or By Needles. I am Sam, and if you've ever wanted to learn how to cast on a very stretchy cast on for things like cuff ribbings or neck ribbings, you're in luck today, because I'm going to show you two cast-ons which are designed to be very stretchy. So stay tuned. I'll be back in a few seconds.
The needles click, a quiet song, each loop a rhythm, moving along in soft embrace of wool and hue. Knit one, purl two.
Right, okay, so we're going to do a normal cast on for a rib stitch. This will be for a knit one, purl one rib stitch. It will differ if you're doing a knit two, purl two rib stitch, but I'll explain how in a second. So for the first stitch, we are going to knit, go in as if to knit. Because there's only one stitch there, we're only picking up one leg to begin with. We're going around our needle, we're pulling it through as though we're knitting, and then we're just going to twist and go through. When I say twist, what that means is we don't go through that way, we twist and we go through from behind. That is a normal cable cast on, and that is a knit cast on. You can almost see the little V forming there. It is a knit cast on. Now, if we want to do a 1x1 ribbing cast on, what we will next want to do is a purl cast on. So we come in from behind as though we were going to purl, but we come through both legs because we are still doing a cable cast on, but we're doing a purl cable cast on. We go around the needle, we pull it through, and then we twist it and put it on the needle. Okay. Next we do a knit. So we go through both legs, around, pull it through, we twist, and we put it on. The next is a purl. We go through both legs as if to purl, and then we pop it on the needle. We're going to knit. Now, as you can imagine, if you were doing a 2x2 ribbing, then you would do two knit cable cast-ons and then two purl cable cast-ons. But this is for a knit one, purl one. And you will actually see, or should be able to see, if I can get close enough, you can see here, this is at the front, there's like a little V there, that's our knit stitch. There's a little V here, that's our knit stitch, and when we've finished the next stitch, you'll be able to see that that's a knit stitch as well. And on the back, you will be able to see, I need to put that stitch over there, hang on. Oh dear. It's a bit tricky. All right, and on the back, you'll be able to see the same thing. You'll be able to see a bump, purl bump, purl bump. So you can see that that's the knit stitch, that's a purl bump, knit stitch, purl bump. So when you go to making your ribbing, I'll just do a few more and I'll show you what you need to do. So that last one was a purl. We need to do a knit. Oh, it's getting a bit tight. need to probably loosen up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do a knit. No, I think I did a knit last, didn't I? Hang on. I did knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. Yes, okay, sorry. I'm going to do a purl next. So come through the back, purl it, pull it through, and we twist it, and we put that on, and that's our purl stitch. Now we're going to knit it once again, two legs, through both legs, pull through, twist, and put it on. Come around with a purl. So what you're effectively doing is making the ribbing, the cast on, knit and purl, knit and purl. And this way you can make it more aesthetically pleasing and also stretchier. That was a purl, so we do a knit, twist, and on. This is, like I said, this is called a cable cast on. It's a knit purl cable cast on. To see the simple cable cast on, there is in the description a link to that, which is, the cable cast on is very easy. It's just a matter of doing, hang on, I'll just do the purl next. I think it's purl, so I'm going to knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. That was knit, so yep, the next one's a purl. Twisted and go on. Okay, all a cable knit, all the cable cast on is just doing this bit over and over, and I'll show you this bit. It's the knit one. So if you're doing a cable cast on, this is how you do it, just like that. And you would do that over and over again for a cable cast on. There would be no purling involved. Alright? But then you would see that you've got all these. It looks totally different. See how it looks totally different? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of those three. And I'm going to show you. We start off with knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. I'll do one more knit, so we start off. So we're starting the row with a knit. Okay, just like that. And then what we do, because this was a knit stitch, hang on, just make sure, yep. We're going to knit that. I'm going to bring our yarn to the front, and we're going to purl. So you can see the purl bump. We're going to purl the next one. We're going to go backwards, and we're going to knit the knit stitch. And then we're going to come forward, and we're going to purl the purl stitch. Go back, knit the knit stitch. This cast on is specific for doing ribbing. It is not a cast on that you would use if you were knitting a garter stitch square or a stockinette square, for example. You would use another method. This is purely for doing ribbing. It's a knit. And it just makes it a little bit stretchier, and it gives it, from the very onset, can you see that? Purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and so on. Whereas if you were to do a normal cast on, you would have just all purl bumps. and the other side would be all knit bumps. That's just the nature of the normal straightforward cast on. This is why this cast on is so effective and looks so much better for a ribbing. I could go on and knit. I'll just knit one more row just to show you what I mean. So we knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. And as I say, it would vary. If you were doing knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, then when you did your cast on, you would do 2 cable knit cast ons, 2 purl cable cast ons. So you can really see there now how the design goes all the way to the very edge. There's no V's along the bottom either, which you do tend to get with a normal cast on of some form. It's just really an aesthetically pleasing, more aesthetically pleasing cuff cast on, and like I say, it is stretchy. So, but I'm not gonna leave you stranded. I'm gonna show you one more time how to do this, because the next one is very tricky. And I want to spend a lot of time on that one if I can, without boring everybody too much. So, we do our slip knot. Let's pretend now we're going to be we're casting on for, a 2x2. Okay, so we're going to go in, we're going to do a knit, we twist it, we come through the back, right. Now, because I had a slip knot already on there, I'm going to count that as a knit already. So that's knit and knit, okay? Now we're going to come from the back, and we're going to go purl. So we purl it, and we come through the back. Then we're going to purl again. Purl 2, and I'm going to knit 2 cable cast-ons. We go through, so we're placing the needle between, when we're casting on, between the 2 stitches. As you can see, we're picking up both legs. We're not actually picking them up because we're just going through them, but you know, you want to see this little V there at the front. Okay, so we go around as though to knit, we pull it through, we twist it, and we slip on the stitch, and we've added another stitch. But we're doing knit 2, purl 2. So we're going to knit a second one. Yep. Knit a second one, and twist, and put it on. Then we're going to come back, because we want to purl, and again, we're just going to go through there, purl, and cast on. One more purl, and cast on. So we've got knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. So let's have a look. We're going to purl 2, yarn to the back, knit 2, yarn to the front, purl 2, and yarn to the back, knit 2. And I'll do one more row because then you can really see what's going on, and I think I've actually done it wrong. Yes. No, I haven't. Okay. No, I haven't. Okay, I thought I'd done it wrong. Okay, and then we're going to purl 2. Knit 2. Purl 2. Knit 2. Now this knit 2 purl 2 is very handy for scarves, as well as obviously ribbing, but you can again see that the pattern goes right to the end. See? Whereas normally, if you didn't do knit 2 purl 2, you would have a ridge all the way along here, a purl ridge all along here, and you would have a knit ridge all the way along here, which you don't have. Now, the next one is really challenging, but I believe if I can conquer it, anybody can. This is going to be a long tail cast on, so you need to get some yarn down to the left, or the right if you're left-handed. You will need to make a slip knot like you normally would, and I'll just go through how we normally would do a long tail cast on. A normal long tail cast on, we hold it like a, hang on, I'll just come up a little bit. You might have better angle from the top. You hold it like a slingshot, okay? And what you do is you go around this one, and you pick up that one, you pull it between, and you've added 1. And then you're back in the same position again. So you go around that way, you pick up, and you come through. Come through the back through the hole, and that's 2. This is your normal long tail cast on. You can see there's a ridge all the way along there, and there's a different ridge all the way along there on the back. See how they differ? Because they're the same type of stitch, and we're not alternating between knit and purl. So we go through, up, through, we grab that yarn, and we pull it back through, we let go with our thumb, and then we tighten with our thumb. Up, 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 through that hole, we grab the yarn and we come back through that hole that we basically just went through. We let go with our thumb, and we use our thumb to tighten that stitch on there. Okay, up and through the hole. We grab that yarn around a finger, we bring it back through the hole we just came into, and then to tighten the stitch you use your thumb. And that is your normal long tail cast on. Okay, when that's not, it's stretchy. It is a stretchy stitch. However, the Germans came up with an even stretchier stitch, and you may need to slow down the video for this. You may need to rewind and play this multiple times. It did take me a while to get it, but once you get it, it becomes quite a rhythmic sort of thing. Okay, so we start off in the same position. We come down here and we go under both. We go through the loop hole and towards us. We go around that stitch. We come back down through the hole and down again. Let go with the thumb and tighten with the thumb. It's a lot, I know. It is a lot. There's a lot there to absorb. That's why I'm trying to take it slow, and I will do it even slower. So we go under both now. Okay, whereas before we went in between this little, in the hole, we only went under one. Now we're going under both. We're coming down through the hole towards us. We're going up and over, and we're going to pick up this thread, and then we're going to come towards us again, and then we're going to go back through the hole, the loop, and back up again. And then we're going to tighten it. This is a German twist cast on, which is renowned for being very stretchy. There is a stretchier one. I don't know. I won't show that one today because I think this one really does take a while to tackle. So we will do a lot more of these. I want to be sure that you can get it. I might even change the angle a little bit. But we're coming from the top at the moment. We're going under both. See, we've got both strands here. We're coming under both strands. Once we come under both strands, we're going to go through the hole and then towards us. And that gives us one loop there. Then we can twist our hands, and this is why it's called a twist, because you're twisting. We pick up that thread, and then we come back down through the hole and towards us again. There's a lot of coming towards us. Whereas the long tail cast on is very much down, up, over, off, down, up. You know, this is a lot of toing and froing, but it does create a stretchier cast on. Okay, so I'm going to just change the angle because I think that might be useful. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is going to be more side on than, I'll just come out a little bit, I think. This is going to be more side on. So hopefully it gives you a different perspective. So we're going under both. We're coming up. We're going through that loop on towards the thumb. We can scrape the thumb down the middle, and then we're coming towards us and we're looping up. And as you do that, you're picking up a stitch there. But we're not done. We need to pick up this stitch as well, and then we come back through that hole again, back towards us, and let go. Okay? So let's have a look. We're going to go pick up both, go down between, up and over. I'm going to twist this hand. It makes it a little bit easier to pick up this thread, and then we're going to go up through the hole we came down, up through the hole. I've done it the wrong way. Sorry, I'm going to have to do, I went too slow then and confused myself. Oh, it is a difficult stitch. Okay, difficult cast on, I should say. So up, through, down through the hole, the loop on the thumb. Twist it. Hang on, I'm going to keep my thumb up. Pick up that stitch, and then we're going to come down and we're going to go through that loop again and towards us. And we let go with the thumb and we tighten with the thumb. this is, like I say, the most popular, one of the most popular stretchy casts on. There is one other, which, yeah, it's to me equally confusing. Well, maybe not equally confusing, but it's not as good. So, up, under, down the thumb towards me, keeping my thumb upright. I go over, I twist the hand so that I can pick up this strand. I twist my hand back. I want to come through there, down, up, and over, like that. Okay, I'm going to do a few more, so you don't need to rewind just yet. I really want to try and do this as slowly for you as I can, and as explaining it as well as I can. I know it's not always easy. This is one of the most tricky parts, I believe, of knitting, is all the various cast-ons with different uses, which is why I did the crochet chain as a cast-on in the video that I've linked below. So if you're a crocheter, just crochet a chain, however many stitches you need, and use the method in that video that I've linked below. But here we go, back again. We're going to give one couple more goes. Under both, we go down through the whole the loop towards us, twist our hands, pick up that loop, twist our hands back again, down through that loop and up. Let go with the thumb and tighten with the thumb. Obviously, when I say tighten, you want to be able to move the stitches. You don't want it to be really, really tight. You just need it to be in position and next to the stitch already on the needle. You don't want a huge gap between these stitches if you can at all help it. Okay, so one more time. Up, under both. So you've got two strands there. You're going to go down through that loop on the thumb, and when you come towards me and up again, whoops, yep, you get one loop now on the needle. You're going to twist towards you so you can pick up that stitch or that thread. You're going to twist back again, and you're going to go back through there and towards you, one stitch again, let go with the thumb and tighten. Okay, I do hope that helps. It is a much more probably advanced cast on than you're going to need, and I do realize I've entitled this Knitters for Beginners, knitting for beginners, but if you're doing even a simple cowl or something like that, or a scarf where you're doing ribbing, one of these two cast-ons is going to be really helpful for making sure that the cast-on isn't too tight and that it doesn't sort of ruin the drape of your cowl or your scarf. Right, okay, so that's two more. Please, if you have any questions or if you want to see something again more clearly, put a note in the in the comments, and I will endeavor to either make another video to show more clearly what you asked for, and I will tag you in it if I'm able to, so that you can find it and see it. But I do strongly suggest that you go back, have a look at my previous video on 3 easy cast-ons, one of which is the cable cast-on, which is part of what we were doing today. One is the long tail cast on, again, which is partly what we're doing today, and the other is a really easy one for crocheters, and that's just the crochet chain cast on. Anyway, I do hope that helps. Please, as always, learn from the past, think about the future, but as always, live for today. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.